The Japanese Grand Prix 2 weeks ago provided MotoGP with a 10-point gap in the World Championship between Jorge Martin and Pecco Bagnaia. Here at Phillip Island, the weather is certainly going to play a factor. Martin's on pole position for the Tissot Sprint. Bagnaia starts 5th. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix and the first ever Tissot Sprint at Phillip Island. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. So here we are, the first ever sprint race here in Australia. And that is saying something. We have waited a long time for this. And alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch. Megan, first ever sprint race here in Australia. Weather conditions are up in the air, dry at the moment, but we've had rain in the air. 13 laps ahead of us. What on earth do you reckon is going to happen? Also, we've had 2 hours sleep, so we are very much ready for this to go quick and go back to the box. But this is going to be fun. Anybody's guess what can happen in Australia here?
I reckon that if it does start raining, they'll just all go off.
Yeah.
But I still reckon that some people may end up just slipping, but maybe also having contact with each other.
Important to note about the tyre choices that they've got here as well. You can see on your screens now if you're watching or whether it's on YouTube, on JBMotorsports or JBMotorsports Twitch. If you listen to us on the radio, I'll explain it now. Everybody has gone for the hard front soft rear tyre bar these riders. Marco Bezzecchi has gone for the hard front medium rear. Alex Rins has gone for the medium front soft rear. The same can be said for Juan Mir, who's gone medium front and soft rear. Lorenzo Salvadori has got hard front and medium rear, the same as Luca Marini out there on the board as well. So a few changes towards the further back. The majority, Megan, hard front, soft rear, and in these mixed conditions, that's going to mean if it does rain and the track temperature drops massively, the hard front's going to have absolutely no grip at all. So the medium front and soft rear runners might have the better run of the ball. I can't predict this. It's too unpredictable, this race.
I can't either. I mean, I think it's also because we have very limited data.
Yeah, because we lost practice one. What do you think then? Jorge Martin or Marc Marquez down to turn 1, or could Vinales spring a surprise?
I'm going to go for Mark.
Well, tensions are rising. The atmosphere is building. Let's get a quick check-in with TNT.
Most of the season, doesn't it? Ahead of him, we've got Franco Morbidelli, who heads the 3rd row of the grid. Anything from him today?
Honestly, we haven't seen a lot of Frankie. Qualified well, but throughout practice yesterday afternoon, we didn't see a pace that was going to put him up in amongst the top 5. But yeah, he's pulled it out of the bag, got himself on 7th on the grid. So yeah, you don't rule him out. He has come back on form lately.
We've got shots there of the safety car going around in the drive for once, which is nice to see. Yesterday it was a very different situation around this beautiful island, though, of Phillip Island, one of the most beautiful circuits that we come to all year. The Saturday Sprint, the first one that we've had here, will be underway very shortly, and Jorge Martin is your pole man. Neil and Gav are your commentators.
Here we go then. Hard front, soft rear for the front row. Mixed conditions. 10 points in the championship. Martin leads Bagnaia. The first ever Tissot Sprint is about to get underway here at Phillip Island. MotoGP gets ready for the first ever sprint race in Australia. Last year's cancellation and the movement of the Grand Prix to Saturday due to wet weather and wind conditions means that we're in to the true unknown. Welcome to Australia and Phillip Island. Here's your starting grid. Jorge Martin on pole position for Marc Marquez and Maverick Vinales. It's Marco Bezzecchi, Pecco Bagnaia, Ralph Fernandez, Franco Morbidelli, Alex Marquez, Alex Rins, and Air Bassini, Brad Binder, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Luca Marini, Johan Zarco, Pedro Acosta. Then it's alongside Jack Miller, Augusto Fernandez and Juan Mir, Fabio Quartararo, Aleix Espargaro, Takiki Nakagami and Lorenzo Salvadori. Takiki Nakagami has been given a penalty for ignoring the meatball flag in practice 2. 13 laps ahead of us, the green flag is waved as well, and away they go. Seagulls galore fly down towards turn number 1. The geese are in the air too. And Megan, as they come into the southern loop at turn 2 and 3 through Stoner, we really are in the unknown. Track temperature 27 degrees. Air temperature is at 14 Celsius now. We've got 18 km/h wind. Sea looks okay, but looking up, that rain's coming in. What do you reckon? Dry or wet? Or flag to flag for the first ever time in a sprint race?
Do you know what? I'm going to say this. I hope it's wet. Like, right at the end.
That would be a flag to flag, so that could be something. We never had a flag to flag in a sprint before in MotoGP history. What do you reckon about looking now at the helicopter camera?
I think it's a possibility that it might rain, or it might just accidentally completely miss it.
Certainly is all over the place and all over the shop at the moment. It still looks to be okay. It's strange to think that actually after this, the MotoGP weekend is nearly over because we go into Sunday after this, which is later on.
I can get a full night's sleep.
Megan thinks that, but forgets the fact that that means we've got to be up until 5 a.m. tomorrow from when we wake up. So we've got to go longer into the day now.
I'll sleep after.
Yes, yeah, it's true. Coming into it. But round into the last corner, turn 14. There is Jack Miller, 29 years old, from Townsend, Australia. Flag doesn't look like it's being affected that much, Megan, with the red flag at the front of the line, so this should be good. Well, I wasn't here for the last sprint race. I was on a train down to Brands Hatch. You had to call the start.
Yeah.
So now I've got open surgery recovery, so let's see how hard I can do it. I apologise if it's going to be a bit much. First ever sprint race then in Australia. Let's see what we've got to offer. Green flag at the back. Red flag, you can go now. Ready to go. The first ever sprint race in MotoGP is about to launch into action. Red lights are on. And it's lights out down under. Great start from Jorge Martin. Marc Marquez immediately goes with him. Vinales has dropped off in the front row. Pecco Bagnaia is trying to go on the outside of Marc Marquez. Braking hard into turn 1. Vinales goes back. Marc drops out massively. Through into second place goes Marco Bezzecchi. Up into third goes back Maverick Vinales. Bagnaia now battling with Brad Binder. Martin has got the great getaway he wanted as they come out of turn 3 down the southern loop into turn 4.
Zarco does good at further down at the back of the field. Maverick Vinales looks like, yeah, that is a
Binder up the inside, wide. Yeah, Vinales, and look at Bassini trying to go around the outside as well, and Bassini's through. Vinales drops down another place as well. Binder's up to 4th, and Di Giannantonio has passed Acosta as well. So a great start from what we were expecting, but Martin already pulled out 0.4 of a second.
Very good from Bezzecchi, for his teammate had not so great of a start, going down into 15th position. Both of the Marquez's are literally right next to each other too.
Down Lukey Heights into turn 16. Marc Marquez trying to look at the inside line of Franco Morbidelli. Marc Marquez then from second on the grid down to 8th place. He's going to have a go at Morbidelli. Coming into turn 14 over the line we go. It's a long run down towards the first corner. Morbidelli goes wide. Marc goes on the inside. Gets the position back as well. Martin leads the opening lap here of the Tissot Sprint. Bezzecchi second. Bagnaia third. Binder, Bastianini, Vinales. Marc Marquez, Morbidelli. The wind is so high down to turn 1. You can see it as the Seagulls go go everywhere on the circuit. Down there, there's a winglet off the circuit as well. Ducati's moving himself to the front. Off the track goes one of them as well. That's Alex Marquez going wide. No, Miller's gone wide. Zarco's good job down behind into 16th position. It was Zarco who went too deep at turn 1.
He didn't lose a lot of places, though, thankfully.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Binder up 7 places, Bastianini up 5, Miller up 5, Rins down 5, and then we've got Zarco down 2 for where he started. Marco Bezzecchi on the GP23 bike is holding off Pecco Bagnaia quite well as we come back into turn 6 hairpin. Back up we go. Di Antonio passing Marini. Alex Marquez passing Jack Miller. So now it's just a question of who's got the better throttle. Martino at the front, 7 tenths ahead.
Ralph Fernandez passes Marc Marquez for 9th position. They seem to be in their own little battle right now. There.
Yeah, there they are. So great stuff from Ralph Fernandez in Trackhouse, currently inside. Points paying, positions in P9 as well. Alex Marquez going to try and capitalise on that. And Bastianini's got Marc Marquez all over as they come down Lukey Heights once more. Marc can't find a way through though as they come into turn 14. Back on the throttle again. Watch Bagnaia. He's got a traction on Marco Bezzecchi as well to come through. Binder nearly dropping into Bastianini and Marc Marquez coming through too. And they're all now getting close together at the exit. And watch Bagnaia.
Bagnaia he appears to want to be going into the inside round that corner.
Bastianini as well, trying to have a go on the inside line of Marc Marquez. Marquez up to 5th position as well. Bastianini's dropped back a place as they continue to go through. Zarco passing wins as well. And look at Binder, very vulnerable indeed to Marc Marquez. And Bezzecchi trying to go through the inside line, can't do it as well.
Martin track limits warning, and look at how far back Acosta is right now. That is very unusual.
And there goes on the inside line. We got Binder battling as Mark's on the outside line. Try and take 4th position away. 2nd and 3rd battling as well. Bezzecchi holding off. Marc dives up the inside line, gets ahead of Binder, forces Binder wide. Bastianini goes through on the inside line down turn 7.
That looked like kind of avoidance there for Jack Miller. Like he was avoiding trying to touch the other bike. So
yeah, he's in a battle with Alex and Digi coming through as well. Now we see Bastianini and Marc Marquez trying to do battle down to Lukey Heights. Bastianini thinks about him on the inside line, can't get through. Martin 9 tenths ahead, but with that track limits warning as well. And Bagnaia starting to chomp at the bit. He's trying to claw his way to the front as well as they come through turn 14 once again. There's 4 laps down now, and Bagnaia really feeling impatient to Marco Bezzecchi.
So how's your mouth doing so far?
Okay, I'm finding a middle range.
Good.
128.358 then for Martin. He's come down to turn 1. Here comes Bagnaia on the inside line. Trail breaking into turn 1. Gets ahead of Marco Bezzecchi. Nicely done there as well into 2nd position. I'm finding a middle range. This is actually quite fun. So Bagnaia back up into 2nd position. Now he's a 2nd back to Jorge Martin.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
I suppose you didn't get a drink.
I'm doing okay. I'm finding a middle range. I can't go too high because my voice isn't there yet. And I can't go too energetic because my mouth is still a bit paralysed. But hopefully I'm doing okay. Hopefully you lot are enjoying it in the commentary, in the chat room as well. As Marc Marquez battling again with Bastianini, Binder and Morbidelli closing in. And now joining the party again is Maverick Vinales. Coming in the back is Ralph Fernandez.
Right, so 10 laps to go now, almost 9, and I'm going to do my calculations of how many minutes is left in a race, because I think we all want to know that.
Still holding off. I've never actually had to take a piece of clothing off at 4 a.m. in the morning in the commentary box before, but it's quite warm in here actually as they come through. Martin still holding that position. Oh, nearly lost it through Lukey Heights as well. He was really drifting the rear of that bike around as well. He's using a lot. He's got the soft rear tyre on as well, remember. So he's got hard front, soft rear, the same as Bagnaia behind him. And now the gap still 1 point. Well, it was 1.1. Now it's only a second as they come across the line. So more and more the gap is closing. More and more there's a difference at the front. And look now at Marc Marquez making. He's having a go at Marco Bezzecchi down to turn 1, but Bezzecchi's so much late on the brakes.
Bezzecchi is doing really well right now, and he has been doing really well in races, I feel, for the past couple of months actually. He's definitely seemed to be like on top of his game recently.
I know what you mean.
And Martin stays at first, though. Yeah, he does have a track limit.
Oh, Bezzecchi goes wide. Marc's going to go around the outside, coming into turn 6 as well. Bezzecchi's going to try and break him in. He's going to force Marc wide and nearly takes him down. I thought I thought Bastianini might come back to the inside line. He couldn't get there. It wasn't big enough. But Bezzecchi certainly pushing Marc Marquez wide, certainly trying to push him as hard as he can to come through. 9 to go, and Bagnaia starting to close in on Martin.
Raul Fernandez passes Alex Marquez for 11th position, and Morbidelli passes Iñárritu for 7th position. So they're moving up the order nicely.
Cautiously, wildly accelerating, trying to find the right system between them as well. On board with Marc Marquez closing in the back as well. Let's have a look at the chat. You're doing okay. Thank you, Tal. Back to reality for Yamaha. Rins 9th down to 18th now as well.
Zarco's dropped down.
Zarco's out. Zarco's out of the race. Johan Zarco, who took victory here on Saturday 12 months ago, is out of the Australian Grand Prix. Marc Marquez trying to go around the outside and does get ahead of Marco Bezzecchi. Bezzecchi's going to try and break late into turn 1. Hasn't worked out. So the sprint race then, not for Johan Zarco. He's crashed out at turn 9 just before the top of Lukey Heights.
That is a shame, given how much he seems to enjoy this track.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, look at the rear of that bike, Megan. That bike's gone almost tail in.
I'd love to see a replay of this.
I would actually as well. As look at Bastianini closing in on Marco Bezzecchi into the braking zone down turn 6. Bezzecchi trail brakes. Bastianini almost launches himself straight off the circuit. And Alex Marquez is dropping down the order.
Yeah, he's out.
Alex Marquez has crashed out too. There he is. He's dropped out the top of the screen down at turn 6. His front end's gone.
Well, they're dropping like flies, aren't
They really are. We're down now to, what, 20 riders in this race?
they? Yeah.
Just realised we haven't seen the messages board. Here we go. Alex Marquez crashed out. Zarco crashed out. Rider okay. They're on our timing monitor. So we're down to 20 riders. There's Alex over the tyre wall. It's like he's not killed that tyre wall, actually looking at it as well.
It is.
Coming through. Mark versus Pecco now, as we see. Look at Pecco. Pecco's lost so much time. He has not looked on it all weekend long, as well as you know. We saw it in practice. We saw it, we saw it in the practice session. We saw it in pre-practice too. Saw it in qualifying. Can't seem to get the data down. Martin's now pulled up 2 seconds. Marc Marquez, poor start. Now right on the back of him, going to try and leapfrog him into the first few corners.
It's really showing what areas of the track each rider seems to be dominant in. And I don't feel like Bagnaia has one of those areas.
No, Marc Marquez is all over the back of him now as well as they come down in towards turn 6. This is going to be a trail break opportunity for Marc Marquez if he's not careful. They're all riding with him now. So, I thought he nearly lost it coming through Stoner there as well. Do you see how much the front end gripped up?
Yeah.
Into turn 6, then a Honda hairpin. His former team, 229 kilometres down to 68 kilometres in 5.1 seconds, according to the Brembo brake data. And Marc really now attacking the back of Bagnaia. Bagnaia looking completely unsettled on that Ducati compared to Marc Marquez.
7 laps to go now, almost 6. And that is Bezzecchi getting passed by Bastianini.
Marc thinks about a move on the inside line down to turn 10 and Lukey Heights. Can't get it, but Bastianini's not going to hold up for too much longer.
And someone else moved on this grid. I think it was Disantonio moving past Brad Binder.
Cautiously, wildly accelerating as they come over the line once again then. Can Marc Marquez do anything about it? Has he got anything to go for it? Pulls out of the last 2 corners now. Over the line we go. Marc Marquez again. Right in the slipstream of Pecco Bagnaia. Long run down to turn 1. A long sweeping right-hander as well. And around about 90 degree. Bagnaia goes wide. Marc trying to send it up the inside line. Can't do it. Bagnaia checks up. Marc's going to try and go around the outside. Turn 3 into the southern loop before coming into Stoner corner and then into turn 6 at the hairpin as well. Through Stoner now. Marc's coming through. Bagnaia blocks him. Now Marc's going to have to try and trail break as well into the turn 6. He's got him. Bagnaia's gone early. Marc's not going to say no to this. Sends it up the inside. And a perfect block pass. Marc Marquez gets up into second position. Now, Megan, can he get 3 seconds that Martin's managed to pull out?
I think he might be able to, and just saw there in the background Bezzecchi have that little bit of a twitch going round the corner.
It would have been status quo in the championship. They would have both left the sprint race with 10 points still separating them. Now Bagnaia has dropped to third. That gap has increased up to 15 points as the two...
Miller's dropping.
Oh, I thought the two KTMs were side by side, but Jack Miller in his home race in the sprint looks to have crashed out. He's dropping now. Can't see anything on time as well. There is the confirmation. A yellow flag sections 3 and 4. Miller's crashed. Rider okay, it says.
Well, yet again, I'd love to see one of these crashes.
We haven't actually seen a replay all sprint race. Have you noticed?
Yeah. Weekend, actually. Do you know
we haven't seen a replay a lot, actually.
Yeah. There's no replays.
I wonder if the system's broken for replays or something like that.
Possibly.
There's Miller. Out he goes. Leathers looks okay, so I wonder if he's just dropped the front.
Probably.
It's right on the cusp of sectors 3 and 4, so I wonder if that's around about turn 8, turn 9.
I believe it is.
Track limits warning still for Martin.
I think it might be turn 8.
Right. Yellow flag's in. Racing resuming. There's the visual gap that we can see on our monitors between Jorge Martin and Marc Marquez. It is quite a gap at the front. So it's okay. We're kind of expecting that. There is Martin with 5 to go, as Megan said. Just cautiously, wildly accelerating. It's been nice, calm, cool and collected as they come over the top of the hill at Lukey Heights. Down we go again. Dropping into turn 10. Well, Martin may have gone down in practice, but he's been smooth ever since, Megan, and now he could... Well, he's practically running away with it again, isn't he?
Say right now, in about a lap or two's time, I'll be, oh no, he's binned it.
If anybody would, it's Martin, because I don't think anybody wants to win this championship. No one can. It's that sort of mentality battle that everybody is fighting right now.
Yeah. Mark
is still going to try, but how many Ducatis? Ducati own the top 5 at the moment. And I think all of the... In fact, Alex Marquez, so what? 7 of the 8 Ducatis are inside the top 8.
Yeah.
It's only Maverick Vinales who's breaking up that Ducati top 8 train. So all 7 of the remaining are inside the top 8. And it might change, actually, because Vinales is being bullied by Dicci while also trying to bully Bezzecchi. So the 2 VR46s attacking Maverick Vinales, a former teammate of Valentino Rossi back at the Yamaha days.
We're just like, you may have been teammates with him, but you're not him.
1-2 here in 2018, I want to say, for Australia with Maverick Vinales and Valentino Rossi. Sort of brought Yamaha back for a while at the front of the field after what was a very different weekend. D'Antonio up to 7th, as SHG points out as well. I'm not as close to the laptop screen. We're on a different camera, so because Megan can't stand up, so we sort of adjusted the camera for this event. Hopefully you're better tomorrow.
I can tell that one of them is getting better.
Well, that's good news, then.
It's the one that's tingling the most.
Sleep will help. As they come across the line again. Here comes Maverick on Marco into turn 1. That's very, very late for Mark. Vinales is going to go straight off. That was easy. He sort of got scared by Bezzecchi into turn 1, looked up the inside, and he just went, nope, I can't stop that. Off went Vinales.
Is there something we should know about Ducatis?
What, that they're superior on the brakes, or...?
That they're bullying the other people.
Oh, I think that was obvious, wasn't it, from the start of the season?
Yeah.
It's been a quite good Tissot sprint. Our first ever sprint race here in Australia. After last year's cancellation, because of course they moved the Grand Prix to Saturday because of the rain. So Saturday was the Grand Prix, and then Sunday was the sprint race that we had to cancel because the wind and the rain just got too much.
That's Acosta dropping down a lot.
Oh,
so Acosta's
don't.
Out.
Yeah, Acosta's out of the race.
Same area too.
So Pedro Acosta's crashed out of the Tissot sprint. There we have it on board now. Rider okay. Where is that? That's sector 2. So turn 6. Yeah. Oh, the bike's still on, and the marshals.
Oh, jeez.
The marshals have pulled the throttle, and they need to kill the. As Gavin Evans says, they need to pull the kill switch quite quickly because if that bike's on, it's just going to launch off from the marshals as soon as it gets traction, even in gravel, and that could be quite dangerous with the chain spinning as well. chain acts like a chainsaw at that speed as well. As here we go again from Maverick Vinales on the inside line down to turn 1 as well. Late on the brakes, he's getting some contact! Big accident! Out goes Vinales! Out goes Bezzecchi! A huge accident down at turn 1! Surely to bring out the red flags! That is a big one, and I would not be surprised if it's a red flag.
It is a big one.
Vinales up walking away. Marco Bezzecchi, unfortunately not at the moment, and surely Megan a red flag. Has to be a red flag. That was huge.
I would say so, yeah. And we said they were bullying him.
Vinales brakes. Bezzecchi doesn't. Oh, huge
it looks
accident.
like he had a massive twitch, and it was about to be high-sided, very high-sided, right into him. Brad Binder's also out.
Binder's gone down Binder's crashed that rider okay. I don't like seeing replays when we've got a rider still down.
Very good of Bezzecchi, though. He did this.
Yeah, Binder's down as well. There's Binder down as well, yeah. I don't like that. Let's have a look. Let's go down turn 4 for Binder at the Honda hairpin. He's going to take... Oh, he's just dropped up the front. I'd like a red flag, please. That is a very high accident and considering that Marco Bezzecchi all riders conscious. All riders are conscious. That is wonderful news. We're on to the last lap now of the Tissot Sprint, but I would like a red flag, please, because we're going through that accident zone now, where clearly there's a rider that needs...
They've put it down to last lap.
Yeah.
We had 4 laps left.
No, it's lap 13 now, 13.
No, I could have sworn we had
It is lap 13
laps.
13 now, but we are on the last lap of the race.
But we had more.
I would like a red flag. That was terrifying.
I think Bezzecchi is just very winded.
That should be an instant red flag.
He might have a broken arm.
There he is. He's up and walking away. That is wonderful to see. That is wonderful to see that Marco Bezzecchi is conscious. He's on the splint board. He is sitting up, clearly winded, but that was a horrendous accident at maximum speed as well, over 200 miles an hour. That is 344 kilometres an hour into the braking zone, and he ragdolled.
Poor man just wanted to hit his ramen. Oh. Though he did do the right thing with his arms, though I do fear for if anything's broken.
I know what you mean. That was terrifying. That was absolutely terrifying. You might want to get in vision now because we've had to change the camera. Yellow flags have been retrieved as well. Oh, you're standing, okay.
You said get in vision, and you did that.
I thought you meant...
Meaning get up.
I meant sit back, but never mind. All right.
Sit
back. It's been a scary end to the sprint race, but one man again remains consistent. Jorge Martin back to winning ways after Indonesia. He keeps it going in Australia. Mark Webber waves the sprint checkered flag as Jorge Martin wins the Tissot Sprint here in Australia. Marc Marquez fights back to second. Anea Bassini is third. Pecco Bagnaia slipped back to fourth. D'Antonio fifth. Morbidelli 6th, Raul Fernandez 7th, Aleix Espargaro 8th, Augusto Fernandez 9th, Luca Marini has 10th, Fabio Quartararo 11th, Alex Rins is 12th, 13th for Juan Mir, 14th for Gina Kagami, 15th for Lorenzo Salvadori. Surprisingly, so many retirements. Brad Binder out. Maverick Vinales collected by Marco Bezzecchi, who ragdolled. He's okay, rider conscious at the moment. And it's actually Bezzecchi 16th, Vinales 17th, Binder 18th, Acosta 19th, Miller 20th, Alex Marquez 21st, and Zarco 22nd. But so many retirements, Megan, in that sprint race as well.
We only had 15 left.
We did at the end of that one. I'm surprised still no red flag came out for that huge accident, though.
Well, that would be because it was the last lap, and then they were both conscious, so they must have thought, okay, there's nothing we can do here.
Oh, that was terrifying. I've said before about how terrifying that ragdoll is.
He went right into the other bike and then got whacked.
Yeah.
I do worry whether something's broken because
I think
they were holding one of his arms.
Yeah.
So I think maybe one of his arms might be fractured. Or
the way he ragdolled and the way he went down, all riders conscious was great. We've seen him on the sprint board. Here he is now, actually, walking back in, Megan.
Look at his arm.
Incident involving Vinales and Bezzecchi needs to be reviewed after the race. Let's take another look at it now that we know he's okay. So Vinales goes round on the inside line. Bezzecchi's already had a problem trying to go onto the brakes. I reckon that was that was Vinales cutting him off, but Bezzecchi already had a problem. He twitched before.
Yeah, he was already twitching.
Oh, it's just that ragdoll effect,
I love how his bike and him stop at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you ride that?
Racing incident.
Yeah.
Nothing would have happened if the bike hadn't have twitched out. But look at the way he covered himself.
Yeah, that was... This is Vinales again, so he comes through. It's the thing that Vinales chops him off and then brakes, but Bezzecchi was already twitching. I don't know how to read that one.
Racing incident.
Yeah, and to me, that also might be a bit of a... That could be a penalty. We'll keep you updated on that front in the wall-up session tomorrow. That World 3 will take you through.
It wouldn't have been that bad if Thingy hadn't gone in front. Vinales hadn't gone in front of Bezzecchi.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't know.
We don't, sadly. And
For all we know, well, we can see it might not have been that bad, or it could have been worse.
Tyre pressure for Fabio Di Giannantonio is under investigation, so Digi finishing 5th might be under investigation as well. So
Great day for VR46.
that might promote Morbidelli up in the order, and that also might give Luca Marini a point, who finished in 10th position and needs to get 9th to have some points.
The VR46ers don't have a great day. Possibility, Rossi's brother does.
Yes, so it's an up and down emotion, that one, isn't it, as well, to
Yeah.
come through on that front.
Rossi's going to look at this as like, either way I win.
Yeah, either way, it's an okay day. But I'd rather Marco Bezzecchi be 100% okay after that one. That was a terrifying accident.
It was.
And he's on the back of the bike, but I want him fully checked out at the medical centre. They are going to the medical centre. But that was a high... What was their speed trap? Bezzecchi crashed going 323.4 kilometres an hour through the speed trap. Vinales crashed at 346.1. So, yeah, it was quite a high speed accident.
So imagine crashing into someone going that speed.
Yeah. Didn't stand a chance, did it, to come through? That was terrifying. That was absolutely terrifying.
So, are we doing quick off or just wait for things?
There's Pedro Costa's bike, by the way, already back in the garage. Let's take a look at
Still don't know. Here it is.
Because we're getting all the replays now, so I thought we may as well actually stop to see what was happening. So this is...
What happened to it?
Acosta. Rhea stepped out. Oh, he high-sided. Oh.
It was a sec. Nope.
Into turn 6, and he high-sided. Yeah, the rear stepped out.
Like a horse at the Grand National. Just like, nope, I don't want to ride her anymore.
Bolted him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Over it went. Yeah, let's hear from our top 3 then, starting with Enea Bash.
Takes a sprint race podium.
Enea, with the conditions, it hasn't been an easy weekend. You've got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, not an easy weekend for me, and starting from yesterday, but also today I was a bit slow also in the qualifying, but we are improved today in the sprint race. I saw that during the sighting lap, the bike was better, and nothing. At the end, it's arrived this third place in the sprint. It's very beautiful, and let's see if we can improve a bit more for the tomorrow race.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good result for Enea. That's his 5th sprint race podium of the season. Bearing in mind he hadn't had it pretty much up to this year. He actually came through well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Even
really
early
well.
on in the race.
Really well.
He'll probably have something to say in the outcome of the trophies tomorrow. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Martin's your favourite.
Interesting to see what Marc Marquez has got to say. 1.5 seconds behind at the end. Lost most of that in turn 1.
Mark, it's a shame to lose those positions on the first turn because it looked like you were the only rider that had the pace to fight with Jorge.
Yeah, looks like always something happened, and one time that we started on the front row, just I did a mistake on turn 1. Jorge braked super hard to disengage the front device, very aggressive, and then I didn't calculate well, and I nearly touched him, and then I picked up the bike, and with the wind and everything, I went wide. But yeah, the pace was there. Let's see if tomorrow we can avoid the mistake of that first corner. But from that point, the feeling with the bike was good. The pace also was very similar to Jorge. So let's see if tomorrow we can fight with him.
Great job. Congratulations.
Do we blame ride height devices again? Front start devices. Explain what he's just said, though, or what's happened there for Martin in front of him.
Essentially what happens is, especially after the start, you don't brake that hard for turn one, but the reality is you've got your front ride height device engaged for the start. Everybody has, so you can get a good start. It gives you a massive advantage. But to disengage it, you've got to put a certain amount of brake force through the front. And you know Jorge Martin, he will have been paranoid. He knew he got the start, and he'd have thought, no, I need to give it a proper jab, and that's caught Marc Marquez out, and well, cost him a chance of victory. I don't know if he would have had the out-and-out speed, but I think we'd have definitely had a fight on our hands.
No doubt about your winner. Jorge Martin's done it again.
Today you've been amazing fast in both qualifying and the sprint. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, thank you. Finally, again, back on a victory on a sprint. I'm really happy today. I thought it was going to be much more difficult with Mark really close behind me, but I don't know what happened in the first few laps. I saw I was increasing a lot the gap, so I was trying to keep a really fast pace, and yeah, when I saw I had a big gap already, then I managed a bit to make it till the end. It wasn't easy. The wind, was a lot, and it wasn't constant. It was like coming and going out. So finally winning again, I'm super happy, and we have to be focused on tomorrow. It will be a really long race.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many times have we heard about gusting wind being a problem around here at Phillip Island? And it's just it's not consistent. That's the thing.
No, and at high speed, you really feel it. These parts of the track, imagine this corner's 145 miles an hour, and you've got the wind coming off the ocean, and then you're expecting it to be there because it's been there for the last 2 laps, and then it's gone. So you end up turning in way too early, or it comes underneath you there, and it is super tricky. One thing I will mention, nobody mentioned tyres. Like normally, that would come out in conversation, so it looked like the soft tyre held in there pretty well.
Will it be enough? It was enough in the long race last year for Jorge Martin to be overhauled. He was on last year's soft, which isn't around this year. The race tyre, the race-winning tyre from last year, was the one that he's just used now. And we're really nervous about whether it would last race distance. We will see. As Peter Doyle hands over the bronze medal to Enea Bastianini, as Marc Marquez collects his silver medal. More sprint race podiums than Pecco Bagnaia this year, believe it or not. 9 now to Marquez's account, but Mick Doohan, the mighty Mick, hands over the trophy. Well, could Jorge Martin follow in his footsteps at the end of this year? He's just taken a big step towards doing so as he wins in the sprint in Australia.
Cheers, Gav. Champagne time all around then. The medals are awarded. And away goes the Prosecco. Susie Perry watching on. Jorge Martin wins the Tissot sprint. Marc Marquez second. And Enea Bastianini finishes. Oh, we're on this one. Down in third position as well to come into it. Hang on a minute. Let's get that camera angle sorted right as well to come through. Megan, what's your view on the sprint race?
Crashy.
It was very crashy, wasn't it? Prediction for tomorrow? What are we going to see?
Martin, probably.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Megan. Thanks to everyone at home as well. A fantastic sprint race. Not a classic, but a good one. Australia's Grand Prix kicks off tomorrow. Join us for another night race. But thank you from Australia Down Under.